Guys, welcome here to talk about the 4-game NBA slate on Saturday. Once again, making this video out on the balcony. Hope you guys had a good night last night. Keldon Johnson, I guess he's going to continue to shoot 10% from the field for the rest of his career. But yeah, it is what it is. Prize Picks, they're the sponsor of the video. You can use the code DKDFS for a 100% match up to $100. And if you guys are looking for premium content, go check out my Patreon linked down below. But all right, let's start off with Orlando and Toronto. So, same guys out here for Orlando. Last game, they did start Mo Wagner, and surprisingly played 36 minutes. So Mo Wagner, not a bad point per minute guy. If he continues to start, I think he's a solid value. You also saw a pretty big minutes increase for the two guards, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz. Anthony played 29 minutes, and Markelle Fultz played 30 minutes. So I think the two Magic guards probably, and Mo Wagner, probably my favorite options here. Towards the top end guys, Franz Wagner, 6'4". He did play 38 minutes. He's fine. Bol minutes have ticked down in him recently. More of a tournament-only play. And then Paolo Banchero, still getting solid minutes, but feels a little pricey there at 8.2. Don't really know if I would consider anyone else. Maybe Terrence Ross, 4-1. But yeah, that's the Magic. So let's move on to the Raptors. Raptors got blown out last night. Siakam also dealt some foul trouble, but I think he's probably still my favorite play here at 9.5K. The rest of the Raptors, more just filler plays with OG, Van Fleet, Barnes, Gary Trent. I guess my favorite of that group probably would be Gary Trent here. Played 41, or probably would be Fred Van Fleet, I should say. Played 41 minutes, only went for 21 fancy points. But don't really know if I want to mess with anyone on Toronto's bench on this slate. Oklahoma City and Minnesota. So we're still waiting on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander news. He missed last game. And if he's out again, obviously, we kind of know what to do here. Josh Giddey got a pretty big usage bump. He'll do basically more of the playmaking, more of the ball handling. So he would look really, really good there. Lou Dort also, got a little bit of a usage bump. I think he's fine in the mid-range. And then you saw Jalen Williams, Trey Mann. They had solid games. Jalen Williams started, played 33 minutes. Trey Mann, 27 minutes, came off the bench. So those two look a bit better. Pokusevski got benched. Played 18 minutes and got benched. Again, that can happen to literally anyone in this offense. So always got to keep that in the back of your mind. Jerry played 26 minutes. So those two bigs, I think, are viable, but obviously a bit risky. Don't really know if I trust anyone else. Kenneth Williams played 19 minutes last game. So yeah, let's move on to Minnesota. So no Karl-Anthony Towns. I think he's out 4 to 6 weeks. Yep. So he's been out for a while. And we do have Jaden McDaniels back. So I'm expecting the starting lineup to be Ant, Gobert, D'Lo, McDaniels, and Kyle Anderson. Last game, you got the spot start for Wendell Moore. I don't think that's going to happen again. So as far as the main guys go, it's going to be Ant and D'Lo. Anthony Edwards, 8'6". I still think is viable. Played 40 minutes last game. Did get a lot of blocks and steals. You can't expect that again. D'Lo played 37 minutes. I think point per dollar, D'Lo probably looks a little bit better than Ant. Gobert dealt some massive foul trouble. Only played 26 minutes. I think in this game, assuming he stays out of foul trouble, probably plays mid-30s. Value-wise, McDaniels, Slow-Mo, Noel, I think all look pretty solid. McDaniels, the only downside of him is foul trouble. Kyle Anderson played a ton last game, 39 minutes. I think he looks pretty good. And then Noel should still get solid run off the bench, a guy that will chuck when he's out there. So, like him, if you wanted to take a shot at Naz Reid in tournaments, I don't hate it. He can play a bit alongside Gobert, but he did get extended last game due to Gobert foul trouble. So I don't think we can expect 22 minutes again from Naz. Again, also, we have McDaniels back. All right, 2 games left here, Houston and Golden State. So this game, this game has a lot of shootout potential if it can stay competitive, but obviously a lot of blowout risk here. So for the Rockets, I think the main guys look good in tournaments. KPJ, Jalen Green, my boy Sengun. There's Rockets have been blown out a lot recently. Sengun's dealt with some foul trouble, but I think he looks solid for tournaments. KPJ, Jalen Green in competitive games, they should play mid-30s minutes. Again, Golden State, solid team to target. I don't really know if there's anything else on Houston. Jabari Smith feels priced about right. my boy Tari Eason, the minutes are just not there for him right now. I guess Eric Gordon for value is fine at 3.9. He needs to play close to 30 minutes, but I mean, KJ Martin also playable. There's just like secondary plays here but his minutes have ticked down as well. So moving on to Golden State. Again, the only thing I think we have to worry about here is potential blowout. But yeah, the main guys I think look pretty good. Steph Curry, 10-9. Again, if you think the game stays competitive, don't mind going to him. Wiggins, Draymond, Clay, all look solid in the mid-range. Great matchup. You want to look to Jordan Poole in tournaments, that's fine. His minutes not going to be as high, but still should play mid-20s off the bench. Rest of the value, I mean, Looney did play 27 minutes last game. I think more often than not, he plays like low 20s minutes. If you think the game blows out, I think Kuminga would probably be the guy I look to. Only played 11 minutes last game, but I could see him getting extended here. And he will definitely be on the court if the game does blow out. All right, final game, Portland and Utah. Another pretty appealing game here. No Lillard still. I think he's coming back Sunday. Yeah, so he'll be back tomorrow most likely. Still no Garrett Payton, obviously. No Nas Little. No Keon Johnson. Josh Hart, doubtful. Last game, Josh Hart missed. We saw Watford pick up the start. Played 31 minutes. Watford, I think, is a pretty good value. Assuming he starts again. I mean, he's not going to be a high-usage guy, but I think he's a good value play. I do like Justice Winslow a lot as well. Played 36 minutes. Also dealt with some foul trouble last game. Lost a few minutes. So the Blazers, the positive here, so they're just going to give their starters a lot of run. Simons, Grant, Nurkic, that's where the offense is going to be run. Simons should play about 40 minutes. I like him. Jeremy Grant's been shooting extremely well, but he's, again, playing a ton of minutes. And Nurkic should play low to mid-30s. Good point per minute guy. Last game, kind of an outlier, so I like this whole Blazers team. Simons, Grant, Nurkic. I think Winslow's a good play in the mid-range. I like Watford for value. If you wanted to target someone off the bench, Aiden Sharp played 28 minutes. He's not a good point per minute guy, but 3.5K and does have shooting guard eligibility. The other two guys that were in the rotation last game, Jabari Walker, Greg Brown, didn't play enough for me to consider them. And finally, Utah. So still no Mike Conley. I think the main guys look good here for Utah as well. Markkanen, Clarkson, they should play mid-30s minutes. I like both. Ali Olynyk dealt with massive foul trouble last game. Was a bit tilting. He was the one prize pick play I missed. The other three I hit yesterday. But yeah, if he stays out of foul trouble, he's been playing like low to mid 30s minutes. Colin Sexton should start and continue to play low 30s minutes. I think he looks decent in the mid range. Don't really know if I'm as excited about a guy like Vanderbilt. His minutes have ticked down of late. Malik Beasley, minutes kind of all over the place. And he's score independent, so he does have a low floor. But we've seen, ceiling games from Malik Beasley. Went for 55 a couple weeks ago. So still someone I think you can look to in tournaments. I mean, if you think Kelly O gets in foul trouble again, you can look to Walker Kessler, who smashed in a blowout last game. But don't expect 40 fantasy points again from him. I don't think it's necessary to look to guys like THT or Fancheo. I guess if I had to pick one of these really cheap guys besides Walker Kessler, probably would be THT. But yeah, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for the video. Only 4 games today. Again, if you have been enjoying the content, just make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.